Rania, let me just pick up with you there. Has that made you have pause for thought, listening to that man?
Well, what I know right now is that the top priority should be to end the genocide in Gaza. There is a genocide taking place. 13,000 children, more than 13,000, have been killed. You know, there's now something called wounded child, no surviving family in Gaza because of how many children are wounded with no surviving family. This has been a horror show in Gaza. Babies are being starved. Are we not watching the same videos? Are you all not seeing the mutilated children with amputated limbs crying without their parents?
But out of interest,
because of this ongoing slaughter?
I am horrified by those scenes, but I'm really curious why you cannot express any horror for what Hamas did, given it was the same, if not worse. And they proudly broadcast it.
Because I think it's
don't understand why you would expect anybody. Hang on, let me ask you a question. Why would you expect anybody to express sympathy or empathy for what you're describing, given your utter refusal to express any for what Israelis went through on October the 7th? Explain.
You guys are using October 7th to justify a genocide. What are Palestinians justified
I'm not using it to justify anything. I'm simply
have been slaughtered.
I'm not justifying
you're sitting here saying,
anything.
Me condemning. Hold on, Piers, you're saying you want me to condemn. You want me to condemn Hamas in order for you all to feel empathy for over 13,000 Palestinian children who have been slaughtered?
That's not what I said.
It's essentially what I'm hearing here.
No, you're not. You're not listening. Well, then listen harder.
I'm not going to sit here.
Listen more carefully.
I'm not going to sit here and condemn colonized people. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. You can sit here and try to twist your words to weaponize your condemnation.
But you keep talking about Israel. Okay, but you keep talking about Israel killing babies and children and so on, and that is indisputably happening. And yet you are completely incapable of condemning Hamas for doing the same thing.
Hamas carried out a military operation on October 7th.
It was an act of terror.
Killed a lot of its own people,
a terrorist
which you all
attack.
never talk about. Is it what Israel's doing in Gaza terrorism? Would
it's
you
a
call
response
that terrorism?
It's a response to an act of terrorism. There are There are many serious legitimate concerns about the scale of that response. I agree. And they will be held to account by international courts about whether they've committed war crimes.
Oh, will they?
But my issue is you don't give a damn what Hamas did to those innocent Israelis on October the 7th, do you? That's the heart of your position.
100 journalism professors at elite universities across the country are asking the New York Times to review their investigative reporting on October 7th. A lot of what we heard are lies. You don't talk about that on the show. Israeli media has reported on a lot of those lies too. Moreover, Piers, if you're going to say what Israel's doing is a response to October 7th, then could October 7th perhaps have been a response to what Israel's been doing to Palestinians, which nobody was covering on October 4th or October 5th or October 6th? What I hear here is no empathy for people undergoing a genocide. And I'm sitting here and you're asking me to condemn people who are fighting for their survival.
Actually, I'm just asking you. I'm actually just asking you to condemn an act of grotesque terrorism, and you're incapable of doing it.
I want to hear Emily and you and everybody on this panel condemn
Israel's incapable of showing a shred of empathy
terror
for anyone killed on the other side. That's my point.
You're incapable of showing a shred of empathy for Palestinians.
I'll let you speak.